Today's recommendation.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an—
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed. As ever, I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming number. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. Good. Then you can see that this case is very—
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported.
Relax. We'll be back before... The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was Kazari...
May knowledge guide you. Body and mind. Shine down!
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Rain outlines your fate. Shine down!
At the fry pan, it's...
shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryo Commission needed help! Come on, travelers, you can take them!
Body and mind. Shine down! Torn to oblivion! Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryo Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed and I considered this matter worthy of my attention. So I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were all... Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible. Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be... What?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying... You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in beasts, and horrifying monsters are everywhere. Every last trace of humanity's existence.
What?
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope...
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the...
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But... what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma. There are no monsters. Nor it...
What? But how? Just moment. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory. The sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly after.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now? Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that... But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined.
Hey.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting. For this, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this, I will never forget you. And all...
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Illusion shattered!
Expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually...
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense. Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about... Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off
Fighting a battle in a distant land?
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He, though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid after all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah.
I see. So, they have fought. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seems... And now the Almighty Shogun is here. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to... People flee out of a desire to live on. But me, the Almighty Shogun often speaks just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. everything changes, fades, disappears. So you see, as
Perhaps.
it won't be long now before I have, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to the almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. One moment, I'll just... What? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set.
Really? But it's always been right by my... I couldn't possibly...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you?
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see... I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that...
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent, so in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely... The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality.
You and Makoto had pretty different...
Indeed we did. It was, in her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath...
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would...
Or perhaps the ley lines did not...
So we didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought... I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now... I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Konria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or... perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Konria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of but even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Kanria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, so I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, boy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
I'm fine.
Hey, maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather. We'll deal with the mon. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our... This hope is the light that will guide us out from the dark.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but...
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Erase all threats. Illusion shattered. Shine down.
Boba, get them!
Now you shall perish.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenal. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, they're...
Well, what are you guys gonna...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to... We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together...
Just leave it to us. Fighting is... But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to... No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the Almighty Shogun.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inaz. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us...
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now. And that...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon. And I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost a warrior. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come no matter how long it takes. I am committed to bringing this to fruition. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's... It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place, right? She seems to have changed a lot since we... Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like... the situation... No need. She is calling me. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past.
Time to act.
We're finally here. The entrance.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into Whoa. This place... Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the One Within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the One Within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of each... You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct. But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by... I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for... Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independent. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like Hei's showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideal. I would not try to change her if it wasn't...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you hack it through or something? But
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain. The pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Mugen was cut down in disgrace. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. vision is futile. Inferior. Absurd. Inazuma shines eternal! The pitying sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines glow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Your verdict is decided. This world, a fleeting shadow. Torn to oblivion! There is no escape. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. Euthymia crumbles before.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has... But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be
Maybe. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never... This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how 500 years ago, here in the present, it is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to during my absence.
But this...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we